So before I get into the video itself, I wanted to give a bit of a content warning. I'm not gonna be showing anything, but some of the stuff we're gonna be talking about is gonna be pretty dark. So I'm just warning you now.
That's it, that's my intro.
Hi, I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are talking about TikTok and their handling of things. I know as I'm doing this, like as I'm sitting down to make this video, I know it's probably not gonna be received well by everyone or even most people because I'm gonna be criticizing some things, but I think it's important. I think more people need to be talking about this. And I talk a lot about TikTok, and so I feel it's important for me to say this. I don't cover true crime cases. I didn't make a video. See, I don't know if it's fair to even say their names, but I also don't want to not say their names. Ooh, this is why I don't do this, because I don't want to be disrespectful, but I also don't want to. Okay, all the money from this video is getting donated. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All the money from this video is getting donated. I will link a fundraiser. That's where all the money is going. Okay, we're doing that. I had a couple people ask me to make videos about Gabby Petito, and I did not because I didn't think that I had a right to, or that it was even a good idea for me to do so. I think there were quite a few other actual true crime YouTubers who made very good and respectful videos about this instance and about the case as it was unfolding and about how TikTok responded to things. And I think there were also people who didn't make respectful videos about that case. I didn't think I was the person to do so. I saw how TikTok responded to the rumors surrounding Cassidy Rainwater's case. And I wasn't comfortable with it. I didn't like it. It's one thing to be interested in true crime. And I don't think that that is inherently bad to be interested in true crime, because in some degree, I do think that it is, especially for women like myself who are like small and shit. I think that to some degree it is, comforting is not the right word, but it feels like you're kind of giving yourself a line of defense by being aware of things that have happened. And so it's like another way for you to kind of protect yourself in that regard. Like I have an if I go missing kit. I have code words with my dad so that if I'm ever in a situation where I'm traveling with a boyfriend or something, if I'm in danger or I think I'm in danger, I can talk to my dad and he knows that something is wrong without me actually having to say, hey, something is wrong, I don't know. I just think that there are certain things about true crime and the current media surrounding true crime. See, why am I getting weird? Ugh, see, I hate talking about this because I don't want to upset anyone. But I know I have to. Okay, I think being interested in true crime and wanting to know about things and being fascinated about certain criminals, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I think there's a difference between being fascinated by and glorification. I do think there is a difference. I do think that in recent years, a lot of true crime media in general has gotten much better at not being disrespectful or being exploitative of the victims. Not treating criminals like they're these criminal fucking masterminds and looking at like, hi, these are idiots who got lucky. It's like these, I think that a lot of true crime is getting better, but I also think that a lot of it is still shitty. I think a lot of it is still shitty. And I don't think we need 600 Ted Bundy documentaries. I don't think we need to keep making them or keep making movies about them or Dahmer and all those people. I don't think we need to keep making those, but I know we're going to because people are like, oh, we know these guys. My point is I don't think that being interested in true crime, listening to podcasts, watching documentaries, watching docuseries, court trial cases or whatever, I don't think or wanting to follow cases that are unfolding around you. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I think when you kind of try and make the active true crime cases into the media that you are already consuming, I do think there is a problem with that. And I think that there are instances like with the Gabby Petito case and with Cassidy Rainwater and with a lot of other cases that have been unfolding lately that I've just kind of seen mentioned here and there, especially over on TikTok. I just think that it's like they speak about these current missing people, these current cases, like they're podcast topics and like they're just some title of a podcast. And like, look how crazy this is. What do you think this is? Is this a serial killer? Is this cannibals? Like the first video I saw about Cassidy going missing and then the rumors about what they found, and some of the stuff was true, but God, the way that they were speaking about this, and it's like this movie and it's like this, and it really put just the worst feeling in my stomach. And it's like, I don't even know how to properly put into words how upsetting it is. And it's like, God, see, this wasn't even the focus of the video. The focus was about TikTok, you know, taking things too far and doing all of that. And, you know, this was part of that and how they're handling things poorly because there's a whole other person in this. And this is an alive person. And it really could be nothing. God, that first video about Cassidy really, Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna get some more water. I will be back. 1 second. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. This is why I can't do a true crime podcast. People are like, you should cover crime cases on your podcast. No, I just get anxious I just evolve. It's a problem. My point with this is that TikTok gets a hold of things, specifically true crime TikTok, and kind of speculates and theorizes. I just think it's one thing to speculate, it's one thing to theorize, it's another thing to be excited about it. It's another thing to be, you know, thrilled that your hunch was right and like, you know, go after people when there's no real connection to the case. And it just makes me uncomfortable. And I don't know why am I making this video again? Okay, hold on. So my point of this video was to talk about Sabrina Prater and how people have been responding to her videos on TikTok and the theories that have been surrounding her. Their bio says, I'm a 34-year-old male, been dressing up since I was lil, working on coming out. So because of that and because of how they're dressing up, I will be using she, her pronouns. Since filming, Sabrina has changed her bio and she has since come out and does go by she, her pronouns. Sabrina has been making videos for a while. There's, gosh, a ton of videos on here. A lot of them have multiple millions of views now. And one of them were even used in a trend of her dancing in a pretty rundown looking house, living space. Let's go with that. And here, this one is 21 million views, 1.2 million, 1.4 million. And they're just of her dancing. And they're frankly harmless. Like is the juxtaposition of her dancing in these houses kind of weird? Sure. But like there's arguably nothing wrong with these videos. They're just dancing. The trend of these videos of people kind of doing more green screens, of adding more people into the dancing space. POV, you go to your hometown bar on Thanksgiving. Sabrina is wearing wigs in some of the videos. She's wearing a lot of different outfits, vibing, dressing up, having a good time. But one of the videos, there are monitors behind Sabrina as Sabrina's dancing, okay? And there was what looked like a slideshow or a couple of different images flashing on the screens. And some people started speculating that these were people that Sabrina had abducted and that Sabrina was a serial killer and that Sabrina was now wearing their clothes. Some people went as far allegedly as contacting the police in Sabrina's area. Here though, okay, because they were trying to say that the monitors were actually security cameras and that the security cameras were in rooms and they had locked victims in these rooms and that the monitors were there. As I'm looking at this video, Sabrina is dancing and you can see the movement on both of the monitors in the background. One's a laptop, one's another screen. It's tracking her movements, which makes me think that the thing above it, the little circles, is a webcam of some sort. Or even it's just the webcam of the camera and that's something on the window itself. That could be a door handle, door jamb. Those other images that were flashing in the back of the other one were not from a security camera, but in fact were just screenshots or screen grabs or photos that Sabrina had taken of herself in the various outfits and wigs that she had and put on a slideshow. Sabrina's in a different outfit. I don't know if I can show this one because it looks like they're wearing a thong of some sort and it's kind of pulled up. So I don't know if YouTube would be pissed about that if I showed that. It's just the straps of it all, but you know, I don't know what YouTube would do. It looks like the monitor does in fact have security cameras on this one. You can't see anything on the monitors, but it's like 2 dark screens and then 2 what looks like maybe night vision of the security cameras. So the original video that allegedly had the images on the background, the only ones that I saw were people screenshotting the videos and zooming in as best they could or looking at the comment sections. I can't seem to find them now other than the ones that I found. So either they were deleted or something. Personally, if I was Sabrina, I would also delete the videos where someone was accusing me of being a serial killer, but you know, that's just me. I don't think that there's anything bad happening here with Sabrina. I think if anything, there's drugs involved. I think that's it. Really could just be that. The ones speculating that I have seen about Sabrina, the ones that I had bookmarked within TikTok that I wasn't able to download, it looks like they have since been taken down. I'm assuming that that was the case. There was another one that I saw where someone was basically like breaking down, like, hi, yes, Sabrina lives in my town, X, Y, and Z, and explaining that like, hi, this is not a serial killer situation. This is probably just drugs. That's what the house looks like. That's what this looks like this is this. And people in the comment sections were like, or you're a crazy person because obviously there are people that are missing and been abducted by Sabrina. Like, it's so, I don't know why we need to leap to the worst case scenario in this thing. Considering there are ARGs on TikTok, there are plenty of ARGs. There was one I saw not too long ago of someone that was like, oh, I'm on a writer's retreat. And then it was also a second account that they had started where it was like from the stalker's perspective and it was all interwoven and weird shit and all of this. Like, it was that. There are ARGs on this. I think this is just a person dancing in little clothes that they like dressing up in and wearing wigs and things, because I'm going to try and go back and find the other images. I truly, now that I've seen the webcam things, I truly think that it was Sabrina in those other photos. I truly do. I don't think that Sabrina is a serial killer. I don't think so. My point with this point was, one, fuck. And like, I don't know, I get the vigilante side of things where people are like, no, someone's in danger. We need to help them. But like at the expense of this person who really has done nothing wrong that we know of, really, other than what? Dancing? What? My point is that not everything needs to be the worst case scenario. Not everything is a podcast episode waiting to happen. Some of the responses and the theorizing videos about Sabrina have been vicious. I don't know. It's like a weird mob mentality, because then anyone who's trying to be like, people are just literally like, she's just vibing, she's dancing in her house and everyone's getting like creepy. And people in the comment sections are then now attacking that person for speaking up. And like, again, maybe people are gonna hate this video and that's fine, you know, because like, I don't know, I just think this is weird. Not everything is worst case scenario. Not everyone is out to do something horrible or has done something horrible because they do something or are different than what you're used to seeing on TikTok. Like, they're just vibing. That's really all we know, you know? And I think just hoping on someone's downfall is kind of fucked. This whole video made me uncomfortable. What do you think of how TikTok handles true crime cases? Do you also think they take certain things too far? Do you also think some people need to take a step back and be like, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I about to post? What is going on? You know, like, do you also think that? Let me know. Comments down below. Reminder, I have a podcast, Swell Shenanigans Podcast. It's not true crime unless you count scams, but there's usually not court cases involved by the time I get to them. So I have merch. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. You could also support me on Patreon. I'll be listed down below. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, it'll be up here. And that's gonna be it. Okay, goodbye. This video made me uncomfortable. Thank you, Alan, Braden, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, Cody, Colton, Crash PC, Destiny, Devin, Dirty One, Dawn, Elliot, Evan, Feckles, Hopeless, Holla, Joker, Ray, Joe, John M, Jordan, Joseph, Kenny, Kevin, Kim, Kristen, Lamb, Lex, Lisa, Luis, Matt, Matt O, Matthew S, Meme Lord the Red, Michael, Micah Jane, Nathaniel, Pat, Penn, Parlock, Rob, Robert Ross, Sam, Serena, Skylar, Simon, Stefan, Tosh, and Timothy, Tom, Wendy, William, Zendry.